You may possibly be curious why I, of all people, would be so yelly, angry whenever the race is over. I create a NASCAR anger video. Why would I do this? Why would I spend 15 minutes of my Sunday yelling about something I have no control over and does not matter in the grand scope of humanity? Well, have you ever seen the video that I made at the start of this year, way back in I think January or something? Jeff Gordon retiring and what I felt. Well, I said there that I've been watching NASCAR since 2002 or 2003. I can't remember which, and it could probably be either years. Anyway, I said in there that I've been a fan of Mark Martin since the beginning of time, meaning 2002. And have you ever tried being a fan of Mark Martin? Like, even back in 1990, to be a fan of Mark Martin would have been like, oh, I can see why people commit suicide. Because that's exactly what people would want to do after watching the 1990 season. And that's a big reason why I don't like anyone in the Earnhardt family. Except for Jeffrey. Because he doesn't use his name to get rides, as opposed to Dale Earnhardt Jr. Because if Jeffrey was using his name to earn rides, he'd probably be at like a Ganassi or something. Because it's Chevy. Because, you know, because they're just so fucking magnificent. Anyway, in 2002, being a fan of Mark Martin, wasn't that the year that... No, that was... Okay. I'm trying to get my years straight in my... Shut up, phone! I'm making a video. I'm trying to get my years straight here. I could pull up Racing Reference, but I don't want to. I don't want to because I'm too lazy. Anyway, so 1998, I think, was Mark Martin's best year, scoring 7 wins and getting, I think, 200 more points than the guy behind him in the point standings. Unfortunately, 1998 was also Jeff Gordon's best year, getting 13 wins. Wow. Beating Mark Martin in the championship by 280-something points. This is enough to make me want to slit my wrists, like as an infant, when I was, you know, a year and a half old back in 1998 when the championship concluded. It just made me want to slit my little infant wrists with, like, a rattle or something. I don't fucking know what I had when I was a young infant. It's just, you know, it's just painful to think that Martin's best year was squandered. How about 2002 now? Who won that championship? His name was Anthony Stewart. A guy that I root for in every sense of the word now. Had I been paying attention to the point standings in 2002, however, I probably would have hated Tony Stewart forever. Due to the fact that I don't know what race, there was like 5 races into the season to go, and Martin was leading the points. And the championship ended, and he was 20 points behind Stewart. 20 points. 20 points. In a closer battle than a lot of chases. You want to talk about the chase and how it creates excitement? Oh my goodness. In 2009, Jimmie Johnson under the old points would have won the championship by 90 points. Due to the chase, however, he won by 141 points. The margin of 10 races made bigger difference than the margin of 36 races. This is why the chase is stupid! This is why the chase is stupid! But I digress. You see? Why do I get mad about all this shit? Because I have years of pent-up anger of watching the shit that I watched for 11 years when... Yeah, 11 years when Mark Martin retired. 11 years of putting up with stupid-ass bullshit. How about in 2007? Let's talk about that year. Oh my goodness! Fucked in the ass at Daytona. Why didn't they throw a caution? I don't know. I don't care if they were coming to the line. There's been cautions thrown way fucking closer than that. There's been cautions thrown when they crossed the line. Yo. There was a Clint Boyer flipped coming over the start finish line. He was upside down, man. There's fires. They gave him fuel. They gave him fire. They gave them that which they desire. There was shit flying everywhere. That was such an intense wreck. They should have fucking... The year that Dale Earnhardt won the Daytona 500 in 1998, oh, they threw a caution for that one. It was just like a little... hit the wall on the backstretch going to the infield. Oh, that's worth a caution when it's Dale Earnhardt leading the Daytona 500. But fuck Mark Martin. Gotta give Kevin Harvick that, even though he's at the best team in NASCAR now and is fighting for championships year in and year out. Oh yeah, he's never gonna have another chance to win a Daytona 500. Not like Mark Martin, who was in there for 25 fucking years. Oh yeah, why not? Why not just let us throw it away like that? Why not, huh? After all this fucking work, after all this tedious bullshit that we put up with for years. People have been alive for longer than I have. Put up with that shit. Oh yeah, why not? Just fuck everything. And then he was leading the points going into Bristol, but due to contract obligations, has to not drive the car at Bristol, meaning he's not leading the points anymore at Bristol. Yay! Fuck everything. How about we just not even... Yeah, it's like Mark Martin hasn't led the points in how many years? And now that he has to get out of his car because of Regan Smith. I mean, I like Regan Smith, but who cares about Regan Smith's career back in 2007? That didn't matter in any way, shape, or form. He was just kind of hanging out there before. It wasn't like anything was going to be coming of him. It was not like I was going to like him in 2015. How was I supposed to know I was going to like him in 2015? How the fuck was I supposed to know this shit? Huh? What? What do you want from me? Huh? How come? Year after year after year, everything, it keeps getting worse every single fucking time. And don't even get me started on 2012. Holy motherfucking moly. Mark Martin is driving in the 55 from Michael Waltrip Racing. I don't know why Michael Waltrip has a racing team. It's not like he can really afford to do anything. I mean, he's living off of Daytona 500 fame after he wins the one in 2001. That was overshadowed by the fact that Dale Earnhardt died, and then he won the one in 2003, which was overshadowed by the fact that it was barely at halfway when the rain started pouring down. Like, yippee-ki-yay, it's a good thing they barely made it to halfway so that Michael Waltrip could win the 2003 Daytona 500. I mean, I don't even know. I mean, why can't we have 2009 back when Dave Blaney was leading the Daytona 500 and the rain delay came out? Why can't we win it there? Why can't we give Dave Blaney a Daytona 500? Dave Blaney's a pretty cool guy. I mean, for God's sake. Or was that 2010? It might have been, I don't know. I don't fucking remember when it was, but it was at some point in time. Dave Blaney was leading the godforsaken Daytona 500, and like AJ Allmendinger was right behind him in the 43. And I don't think it was actually in the 43. Yes, it was in the 43. Never mind. It's just fucking... I wasn't even talking about the Daytona 500. I was going to talk about the 55, and he was driving in the 55, and he was at Pocono, and he was going to win that race. But Joey fucking Logano has to be a douchebag. Oh my god, you can't get past Mark Martin. You have to race Mark Martin with a bump and run. Oh my fucking goodness. I don't care. I don't care what era Mark Martin came out of. I don't care if he was in a Dale Earnhardt era of wrecking people at Bristol to get wins, because, you know, that's okay. That's okay. You just wreck someone to get the win. I mean, it's okay if you move someone, but wrecking them is absolutely unfucking necessary. And at least Joey Logano did not wreck Mark Martin, but for fuck's sake, if you can't get around Mark Martin without wrecking him, it's like, fucking seriously, are you kidding me? He did this twice, 2 years in a row in Michigan, I think it was, or maybe it was the same year, but I know for one thing, in Michigan in 2003, I mean, not 2003, 2013, Mark Martin was wrecked while leading by Juan Montoya, who was a lap fucking down. You see all his pants of fucking anger at the years and years of watching this shit every fucking time that it looks like Mark Martin's gonna do something in his fucking career. Every fucking time, 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 every fucking time. I don't even, I can't even fucking string together complete sentences anymore. Look at my hair. I haven't showered yet. That's the reason why it looks like this. But for fuck's sake, every fucking time that it looked like Mark Martin was going to do something with his career, something stupid happened. You know? He subbed for Denny Hamlin, I think, in 2013, and he got like a good finish. Or he subbed for someone in 2013. It was at Martinsville, I think, and Denny Hamlin won the race, and Martin had like the splitter off of his car, and he was consistently getting better lap times than Denny. If there'd been a caution, If there had been a late race caution like there is every fucking year except for in that race, or if there was less 15 more laps, Martin would have caught up to it and probably won the race. But after that, Aarons didn't want Brian Vickers or whoever the hell else was going to sub for him while Martin was out in a different car. So they had to pull Martin back into the 55, even though he just got his best finish of the year subbing for someone else. Fuck you, Aarons. Why are you ruining Martin's career? How about in 2013 when, again, you know, when Tony Stewart broke his leg and Martin got to sub for him in the best team now anyway, but back then they were just kind of starting to get the wheels rolling, and he was still consistently finishing better than a lot of his teammates, even though, you know, he was in the 14 and that was like a good car. No, it wasn't, actually. The 14 has been shit since 2013, let's be perfectly honest. That win that he got at Dover in 2013 was pure fucking luck. He really lucked into that, or it was a really good fuel strategy or something. I don't remember what happened. I don't think I actually watched that race, but because Stewart-Haas was not performing up to par in that year. Like, you look at this, the race finishes on Racing Reference when Martin is driving the 14. Like, he's finishing in like 15th, but he's still finishing around his teammates. Like, who the fuck was driving? It was Danica racing in 2013. I'm pretty sure Danica was racing in 2013, but Ryan Newman, he'd finish like, if Martin finished 16th, Newman would finish like 13th and Danica be in 22nd. Or Martin finishes 17th, Newman would finish 19th, and Danica would finish 22nd. And then they'd have a good day, and Martin would finish 9th, and Newman would finish 7th, and Danica would finish 22nd, you know. He was consistently performing up to the team standards. And he was going to still continue subbing for Tony Stewart in the Sprint Unlimited, but Tony Stewart was back to health. So Martin would have raced that in 2014 had it not been for Stewart's recovery. We'll air quote that just slightly. But the team was not performing up to the quality that it needed to be. Like, Tony Stewart's team now, the 14 in 2015, is performing like 2013. And Stewart-Haas Racing, the rest of it, is performing, you know, the way they perform. 2 wins for Curtis. A whole fucking bunch of wins for Harvick I don't even want to count. A whole bunch of fucking second place finishes. He finished half of the 2015 season in the top 2 positions. That's shitty ass package or not. That's pretty fucking impressive. But anyway. So it wasn't like he was performing like shit in the 14. He was performing exactly the way that the 14 was performed, that could perform the 14. He was doing as best as he could. He was doing as best as he could, you know? And yeah. This is a shit that I had to put up with for 11 years of watching this shit. At least 11. And then last year, 2014 happens. I like me some Martin Truex Jr. for reasons completely unrelated to his name. I like me some Truex. He has his worst season ever. Fantastic. Tony Stewart fails to win a race and murders a guy. Wonderful. Murders a guy. That video still gets comments to this day, and I just sit there like... But anyway, like I was saying, 2014, what else sucked about that? Jeff Gordon was a prime contender for the championship. That sucked. Earnhardt won the Daytona 500. That sucked. Well, it was better. I think that was actually better than it could have been, so I really didn't mind that he won that. I don't know. I'd have to recheck the old race review for that, but... And then 2015, you know, even though Truex did good, the vast majority of this season sucked monkey balls, is what it did. Sucked a huge orangutan cock, if I may. orangutan poo-tang, you know. I'm so sorry. I have to make sexual references about apes. I'm sorry. This is the state of the channel. Let's talk about 2006. 2006 looked like a good year for Martin. He was 40 points back going into Atlanta, I think. And then the greatest driver of all time, J.J. Yaley, wrecks yet another 18 car in that season because he had a freaking knack for tearing up freaking $1 million race cars. You know, he was just doing that week in and week out. It was almost impressive. Not as impressive as Danica, but still, you know. And he just wrecked everything. What the fuck was he doing in that race? Yaley? What the fuck are you thinking? This has almost been 10 years and I still sit here like... How do you not notice a race car? How did you... You'd think a spotter would say a word. You'd think someone's spotter would say a word like, hey, there's a guy trying to pass this guy on the inside. Maybe one of these spotters should say something about this. Maybe Martin's spotter should have been like, I think Yaley is going to go into the pit stops here at some point. Screensaver. Or Yaley's spotter could have been like, hey, I think there's someone trying to go to your inside. You may want to check up and not turn right left into him. And like he clipped his rear quarter panel in doing so. Half the car was in view by the time it started the wreck. You'd think Yaley would be like, oh! You'd think he wouldn't do that. But he just went like, oh! Whoa! Whoa! You'd think he could have been like, oh! There's a car to my left. Let's not turn quite yet. He's gone. Woo! No! He just goes, woo! Without anything added. No one's saying a fucking word. There's just this box of popcorn sitting to the left of me, and I really want it, but I can't because I'm yelling. How the fuck do you do that? Yaley? All these years, I just sit here and it's like, fuck you. I'm so glad you're on BK Racing. Because that's where you belong, son. You suck. Still, after all this time, still terrible. 10 years. 10 years. I don't even think he has an Xfinity win. 10 years. And that's where his best operation is. He's got like one of the fastest shitty cars in there that's not affiliated with some asshole like Gibbs, you know. Stupid Xfinity series. Oh, I have plenty of things to say about the Xfinity series, but I've said enough of that over the course of my time on this website. Not gonna lie. I've been discussing that for a while now. It's been plenty of words spoken about the Xfinity series and the bullshit associated with the Xfinity series. How about... I still have plenty to talk about, don't I? I haven't even discussed the 1990 incident. Oh my fucking goodness. Go ahead, Dale Earnhardt. Have a championship that you don't deserve. Good job. I bet you've never operated within a gray area before. No, never. No one could possibly win 7 championships without getting a godforsaken gray area at some point. Wow, Martin does this once. Maybe, probably not once, but gets caught for it once. Oh, 41. I don't even remember what the freaking point total was, but it was somewhere in the 40s, and it was not a round number. It wasn't even like a 50, it wasn't 25. I mean, for fuck's sake, at least be a round godforsaken number. Why did it have to be 40-something? Why couldn't it have been 50? I wouldn't be so pissed. I would still be pissed, but I wouldn't be as pissed if it was just 50. It's like 40 arbitrary points, arbitrary number of points, just enough to make sure that Earnhardt gets the championship. Because, you know, he hasn't never one of those. He's never won a championship before. You know. I mean... He's still racing for another 11 years after 1990, you know. He's got plenty of time to win another championship. And I don't care if Mark Martin's going to be here for another 25 years. Because that fucking championship in 1990 changed the fabric of NASCAR history, and I will tell you why right now. Mark Martin wins that championship. And Ford gets the championship money. Roush gets the championship money. They just get that extra oomph to move forward. Chevy has enough of this fucking money because they've been winning like the past 10 championships or something here. Roush gets the money. They become a top tier team. Because let's be honest, Roush, besides 2005, has not been a top tier team, to say the least. They've always been a step behind when it comes to the Chevy teams. I mean, even back in 2005, when they absolutely dominated the season, 5 cars in the chase. It was still Tony Stewart and the Chevy that won the championship. Tony Stewart and the Chevy that won the championship. You know? And don't give me that shit that, oh, they won it in 2003, then came right back and did it again in 2004. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that shit. Because you see what happens when you win 2 championships in a row. You get a season like 2005. You get a season like 2005. Did you see what happened in 2005? They got 5 cars. That what they do. Every single driver on that team got to win. Or more. Every single person on Roush Racing got to win or more. And that's exactly what you get with extra championship money. That's exactly what could have happened. Martin could have had that in 1991 and had that a little bit more. I mean, he didn't have an impressive 1991 at all. I'm not gonna say that not having that extra money is the core reason, but it would have definitely negated some of the side effects of not winning the championship. Because you pay attention to some of these guys that don't win the championship. Have you looked back on the chase? 2005, Greg Biffle finishes second. He has not been in chase contention since. Not once. Denny Hamlin and... Was it Carl Edwards and Denny Hamlin back in... I don't remember who it was back in 2006, but 2007, Jeff Gordon, he did not win a race, I think, in 2008. The year after 2007. 2008, what happened there? Was that the Carla Edwards? Yeah, Carl Edwards went the entire 2009 season without winning once, I think, and then he came back at the end of the 2010 season and won the last 2 races. It was either 2010 or 2009 where that happened, but I don't remember which. I don't think it was 2009 because Jimmie Johnson won Phoenix. I'm pretty certain, but anyway. So it must have been 2010. And then 2010, Denny Hamlin. Because Denny's done it. Denny went against Jimmy twice. And that's why I want to say it was 2006, but I don't fucking know. 2010, Denny Hamlin and Kevin Harvick were the prime contenders for the championship. Kevin Harvick didn't do shit until 2004 after that. 14 after that. And I don't remember what Denny did. I don't fucking care. 2011, Carl Edwards and Tony Stewart. All of Roush Racing fell off the face of the earth after 2011. 2012, Penske versus MWR. Wasn't it? Clint Boyer second in 2012. MWR is not even a team anymore now. And Penske is a powerhouse because they won the championships. Hendrick is a powerhouse because of all the championships that Jeff Gordon got them back before the chase. And then Jimmie Johnson just compounded them. Just kept multiplying that championship money. Joe Gibbs in 2016. I'll be damned if it isn't Denny getting a championship next year. Maybe even Carla. But I wouldn't put my money on Carla. He's looking to be another Mark Martin case. I think Carla is going to be racing into his 50s and finishing second in all these championships, just like Mark Martin. But that's just my opinion. We'll see how his career pans out. 2013. 2013. Jimmie Johnson wins the championship. Right? Yeah. And then Matt Kenseth finishes second, has 8 wins in 2013, zip in 2014. And don't even get me started on Jimmie fucking Johnson. He has made the chase every year. He would have made it far had it not been for the mechanical error in Dover this year. And 2014 wasn't that frickin' terrible. Any other driver would have been just like, oh yeah, I'll take 2014 season. He had like 4 wins. That's a bad season. Go fuck yourself. I don't care. Jimmie Johnson's stats are otherworldly. Okay? I don't even give a shit. I don't even give a shit. He had a good year in 2014. Shut your fucking mouth. 2014, who was the guys there? It was Denny, Kevin, Newman, and Logano there. Well, Newman didn't have that wonderful of a season, but I think he had about... You know what, I guess it might be a little too early to judge what 2014's effects of not winning the championship are, but... You know, I'm just saying, like, looking at what's happened over the most recent of championship years, all the way back to even 2005. Winning the championship and finishing second is a massive, 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 massive difference. And to think what could have happened after 1990 if they hadn't fucked Martin up the ass like they always fucking do. Always. Always. I'm a bitter 18-year-old fucking man. I'm a bitter old man because of this stupid bullshit that's happened. I'm fucking bitter. Fucking bitter. I don't even give a shit. Years of putting up with this shit. I don't even think I could be Mark Martin. If I was Mark Martin, son, I'd be fucking like, yeah. I understand why he doesn't go back to NASCAR. If I was Mark Martin, I'd be like, fuck you, assholes. This is for... I could not have enough of these fingers for the 20-something fucking years that I had to put up with your stupid fucking bullshit. I would sooner join IndyCar. I would sooner just focus on my dirt racing program like he is, which is good, because fuck you, NASCAR. Anyway, anger and rage aside, this has been nearly a half an hour of me yelling about this shit, and I'm just started. I haven't even hardly talked about the 1998 season. 7 wins! 7! And he still don't win a championship? Back in those days, that would have been like, oh, yep, you got it. You got it, Joe. You got it. You figured out Blue's Clues. You got yourselves a championship. Nope. Just had to be the exact same year that Jeff Gordon was peaking. The exact same year that he had to have 13 wins. Why? Why could he have not waited until like 99? Why couldn't he have done it a year before 97? I don't even give a shit if Jeff Gordon won 20 years, the 20 races the year I was born. If it meant that Mark Martin got the championship in 1998, I don't give a shit. Oh my God! Martin has at least 2 championships if it weren't for fucking stupidity. 1990 for sure, and I'd make an argument for 2002. Maybe even 2006. You know, half championships. 2 halves equal a whole. 2 championships that he should fucking have. Thank you, NASCAR, for sucking dick in every conceivable manner. Why? 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 Why is my question. Why is a letter? I don't fucking give a shit. It can sometimes be a vowel. Go fuck yourself, NASCAR. So a minor, barely anything at all wreck, 2-car wreck, a 2-car wreck in the back in the 1998 Daytona 500. Oh, that's worth a caution as long as it means that Dale Earnhardt gets a championship. That's fine. That's fine. 80% of the field wrecks, someone's on fire upside down crossing the line. Oh, you don't need a caution for that. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? You don't need a caution for cars wrecking all over the place. Even though, you know, that's exactly what happened this year at Talladega. You know, guys on fire. Denny specifically is on fire, coming to the line there. And I know, there was still 2 laps after that. But you know, yeah, they could have cleaned it up and gotten out of the way, you know. Yeah, they could have done that, you know. I hate you. Everyone that runs NASCAR from 1990 forward. This has been me yelling for a half an hour. This was very glorious. This was rage beyond any that I've ever seen. And I hope you understand why I have so much pent-up anger and why I make NASCAR anger videos. So next time that you see me, I should have a new intro for my NASCAR reviews. And it's going to be really cool. I got a drum machine sitting on the thing in front of the gumball poster. I can't get it to fucking work, which is worth a rant in itself, but, you know, I have it. So if I can figure out how to get it to work, you know, it'll be all good. So, yep. This has been your monthly dose of NASCAR-related yelling. You didn't hardly get any of it since the end of the season. So, thought you deserved a little bit of yelling. In any case, thank you all so much for watching. This has been anger. Watching this shit for years. Can you see why I get so mad about this shit now? Because it's just pent-up anger after all these years. All these years. So yeah, bye.